Cardinal Sports Network brings you this special presentation. Event coverage starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of basketball at Trinity Valley Community College. We are coming to you live from Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym, where tonight we've got a dandy of all dandies. We've got the 5th-ranked Cardinals, 25-3 overall, 16-1 in conference play. Already wrapped up the conference championship for the regular season, playing against TJC, the Tyler Junior College Apaches, 23-5 on the season, 13-5 overall. As I bring in Tim Howard of Henderson County now. Tim, we can sit here and talk for the next 5 minutes to set this one up, but it's Trinity Valley Tyler, not much more you really need to say.
I was going to say, let's save about 4 minutes and 48 seconds to say it's TVCC, TJC, here we go. No, yeah, you're right, though. This one's going to be a lot of fun. This is, as we look at our conference standings in Region 14, both at the top of the mix.
Well, they are, and the Cardinals have got the conference championship wrapped up. They've got a 4-game lead with 2 games left. They've got the number 1 seed of the regional tournament wrapped up. They'll know they'll play at 1 o'clock next Thursday afternoon against the 8-9 winner, the winner of the 8th seed versus the 9th seed. So TJC's got a position locked up. They're going to be the 2 seed out of the in the tournament and out of the East Division of the Region 14 Conference. So, I mean, there's nothing at stake there, but from the Cardinal perspective, Tim, they finished number 5 in the final regular season poll.
Yeah.
They have really got themselves in a very good position to be guaranteed, not guaranteed, but pretty much assured of a spot at the national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas, because even if they don't win the regional tournament, there's going to be 8 true at-larges on the men's side this year, and if you're ranked number 5 in the national poll, unless you just lose out and stumble your way all the way to the finish line, you're pretty much going to go to Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah, and they've definitely earned that right, haven't they? I mean, we were talking about Coach Furr and what he's been able to accomplish for the squad. They've done a terrific job this year.
Listen to this number. I figured it up this week. In the past 5 seasons, including this one, in conference play, the Cardinals are 82-11.
Amazing.
82-11.
In a tough conference. They have just made their presence known and continue to build on that.
And, of course, they did something in 2016 that nobody had ever done. They went 19-0 in conference play.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Still hard to grasp that. So they are in a great spot, as you said, ranked 5th now.
And we'll take a look at what's going on in the rest of the league tonight. In addition to this one, we got Kilgore at Navarro, Angelina at San Jacinto, Lamar State, Port Arthur at Coastal Bend, Jacksonville at Glenn, and Bossier Parish at Panola. And, of course, the Cardinals finish up Saturday at Kilgore in what will be a tough game.
There will be. That's always a battle, especially on the road there. It should be another fun match.
The Cardinals come in having won 8 straight games. They're the hottest team in the league. Tyler comes in having dropped 2 straight. They lost 88-75 over a week ago in Carthage against Panola, and then lost at home Saturday to Michael Lander's Navarro squad 70-68.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for them to rally themselves because, again, they're trying to get on that kind of a right footing as they get ready for regional conference play, regional tournament.
The Cardinals come in averaging 87.8 points and giving up 63.9. TJC comes in averaging 89.2, giving up 51.4. Very good defensive team. TJC is shooting 44.9 from the floor, 35.9 from three-point range, and 73.1 from the free throw line. The Cardinals are shooting 48.3 from the floor, 35.6 from three-point range, and 70.7 from the free throw line. So if it comes down to free throws tonight, a good chance we're going to see a lot of free throws made.
Yeah, and both these teams, as you mentioned, they shoot the ball well, and we'll get a chance to see it here at Leon Spencer Court on the campus of Trinity Valley College in Athens, Texas.
We're just a couple of minutes away from turning things over to Harold Jones for the introduction of the starting lineups for tonight's contest. Of course, the Cardinals, as you can imagine, will start Wendell Chuck Mitchell. He comes in averaging 19.7 points a game, and obviously Lorenzo Phillips will start along with Andres Ibargüen, Damari Paris, and Robinson Idahan. So that's the starting lineup now, although Harold Jones introduced the starting lineup. But the Cardinals are going with that same five. They've been that same five down the entire second half of the season.
Yeah, that's been just the unit that's really kind of got things going in that first and third quarter, and or first and second half.
And somebody asked me to characterize the Cardinals. They are deep, and game in and game out, we see somebody else come in and contribute to pick up the slack if a Chuck Mitchell or somebody's having an off-scoring night.
That's the beauty of this squad. They do have that depth. They've got the strength on the bench, and every guy knows, man, there's going to be my night to step up, and they've had to at times. So we'll see who the player is tonight to work along with Chuck and his abilities.
So thank you for joining us here on the Cardinal Sports Network. We've got a large crowd on hand. This is Play for K-9. The college is raising a lot of money for the K-Yao Cancer Fund, trying to win the division for a fifth straight year, the community college division. Probably have wanted more than that, but as far as the award is being presented, it would be 5 straight years if they pull it off this year. Have a lot of nice Solix auction prizes out there that are being underbid right now. And we'll have those winners, I'm sure, posted on our website very shortly after we know who won those prizes. But thank you for joining us here on the Cardinal Sports Network. And now we turn it over to Harold Jones, the public address announcer here at Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal
Welcome
Gym.
to Leon Spencer Court at the Cardinal Gym for the second game of tonight's doubleheader featuring the Tyler Apaches and your Trinity Valley Cardinals. The National Junior College Athletics Association, Region 14, and TVCC promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments or actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. TVCC thanks you for your cooperation. And now for the starting lineup for the Apaches. From Indianapolis, Indiana, number 4, Brian Warren.
Warren's averaging 15.5 points, 5.8 assists, and he's got 35 three-pointers.
From Memphis, Tennessee, number 11, Micah Thomas.
Thomas is averaging 12.6 points, 4.7 rebounds, and has 78
From Kokomo,
three-pointers.
Indiana, number 12, Desmond Valentine.
Valentine's averaging 10.4 points and 3.3 assists.
From Stockholm, Sweden, number 21, Lucas Berghain. And from Louisville, Texas, number 33, Trenton Sandiford.
Sandiford's averaging 5.9 rebounds.
Head coach of the Apaches
Mike
is
Marquis, the
Mike
head coach
Marquis,
at TJC,
assistant
in
coach
his
Jonathan
17th
Edwards.
season at TJC. Very nice guy. I enjoy Mike getting to visit him every chance I get.
Class act, very well respected in Region 14.
And now the starting lineup for your Cards. A 6'3" sophomore from Rockdale, Texas, number 2, Wendell Mitchell.
Mitchell's averaging 19.7 points, 6 rebounds, 6.5 assists, and has
6-foot
53
sophomore
pointers.
from Houston, Texas, number 3, Lorenzo's
Lorenzo's averaging 8.4 points, 4.2 assists, and he's got 41 three-pointers.
A 6'7" sophomore from Columbia, number 20, Andres Ibargüen.
Andres is averaging a double-double, 10.8 points and 10.9 rebounds.
A 6'1" sophomore from Bowie, Marion, number 23, Damari Paris.
Mari is averaging 12 points a game and has 25 three-pointers on the season.
And a 6'10" freshman from Modesto, California, number 24, Robinson Idahan.
Idahan's averaging 9 points and 7.7
Head
rebounds.
coach of your Cards is Guy Furr.
His
Assistant coach
16th
Mark
season at the
Leslie.
college.
Marcus
Second as
Sykes
head
and
coach.
Hunter
He's going
Jenkins.
for his 50th career win in 2 seasons here tonight. And there you have it, folks. It is Trinity Valley, 25-3, 16-1 in conference play. It is Tyler, 23-5 overall, 13-5 in conference play. It is Region 14 basketball, Leon Spencer Court, Cardinal Gym. With the play-by-play, it is Tim Howard.
Thank you, Benny Rogers, set for this tip-off here. You know, we mentioned it in the pregame here as both teams at the top of the conference in Region 14. Trinity Valley has wrapped up the Region 14 Conference Championship. And congrats to this squad, Coach Furr. But this will be a fun battle tonight here in the Valley.
First time around, Trinity Valley won 90-83 over at Wagstaff Gym in overtime.
So here comes the toss. Again, will control, tip back over to Chuck Mitchell. Mitchell over to Phillips. Damari and Phillips working it back and forth. Bardwin trying to establish down low. The shot up top won't go. It's cleared. Actually going to go out of bounds off of the miss.
Yeah, Lorenzo had a good look. It was a long-range three, but he had a good look. Just couldn't pull it off.
So a little press action here that makes him work a little bit, getting it down the floor. Good drive inside. The shot up short, but an offensive rebound. The putback is good. Count that basket for Lucas Bergang.
So we saw rebounding play a very active part in the first half of the women's game tonight.
Shot off point, rebound, one and done for TJC.
Cardinals 0-2 in trips so far.
Man-to-man D, drive to the basket. The reverse won't go with Bargwin. And Adia fighting for the rebound. Chuck for three. Rocks it in. And massaging the mesh here early. 3-2, Trinity Valley.
Good to see Chuck Mitchell getting that first three-pointer down. He's got off to slow starts the last two home games.
So big basket there. And that's going to be a turnover on TJC.
Kind of an unforced error there.
Cardinals coming in to this contest averaging right at 87.8 points per game, so right at 88 a game.
It was 90-83 the first time around in Tyler.
Paris for three. Damari Paris, number 23, with the basket.
Damari's first points of the game. He had 12 points in the overtime win over TJC over in Wagstaff.
Shot on the way, good closeout that time. Travel coming, yeah, indeed, steps.
In that first meeting, Chuck Mitchell had 24 points, but the big thing about that game was that Andres Bargwin had 18 points and 20 rebounds.
Yeah, and Bargwin, he's such a physical presence, and he's battling down low, and the big fella, the 7-footer Bergang, out of Stockholm, Sweden. Bargwin's not matched up with him, but that's just some of the height the Colossus is representing. Good entry. Bargwin goes strong. The foul on the floor coming against on the Swede here.
As the 7-footer out of Stockholm, Sweden is called for his first foul, first team foul against TJC, first foul in the game actually.
Pass to Dean. Shot for three on the way.
Uh-oh.
Basket. Sticks it from the corner.
Guess who's feeling it tonight?
Yeah, he's on fire, 2 for 2.
He had 5 three-pointers over Tyler that night, and there's no surprise there. Ballantyne hits a three-pointer.
Ballantyne says, let me step up and show you what I got. It's 8-4 here with under the 17.5 mark. 3 from Damari. Count the basket. Nails it from the top of the circle.
We may be on to something tonight.
They're up and down the floor. That one won't go. It's Phillips with the rebound. He turns up the floor in the paint. Kick out to Paris. Shot from the wing. It's good. He's tickling the twine. It is Cardinals rocking it here, man.
It's 14-4, just like that.
We've played a little over 3 minutes. They are on fire.
Cardinals already with 4 three-pointers in the contest.
Long three won't go. Offensive rebound, Ballantyne. He'll go to the paint.
That's going to be against Bargwin.
Not afraid to go in strong, and Ballantyne draws.
Take that back as against Edahan.
True. Edahan gets called for the foul, so It'll be his first foul of the ball game. At the 16:37 mark, 2 free throws coming for Desmond Valentine out of Kokomo, Indiana.
Well, they were averaging 73.1 from the free throw line, and they come in here and missed their first one.
Let the record show I didn't mention that because I'm the kiss of death, so I try to stay away from that. Of course, you want me to mention the opposing team's free throw percentage, right? So the free throw is 1 of 2. It's 14-5 here. Paris, a no-look entry. Robinson behind the back, hanging and drawing contact. He'll go the free throw line.
Well, Robinson just made his mind up he was going to head to the hoop then, and he did and drew the foul.
He's so smooth with the basketball, and for a big fella, he's got great hands, good control.
Now be on the lookout here. Teandre Jackson, number 22, is about to check in for TJC, and he's got 43 three-pointers on the season. Of course, they are led by Micah Thomas with 78 on the season. That's a lot of three-pointers.
I'm telling you, here's the free throw. Left it short.
Of course, the Cardinals are hitting 70.7% of their free throws. But not so much then.
It's 1 of 2, so they return the favor.
Hang on to that 10-point lead.
10-point advantage, Trinity Valley. Man-to-man defense here, working hard. Valentine gets it inside the big fella. Swarming defense. Drive, the shot won't go. Whistle and a foul, and it's going to go against the Cardinals.
Adian is going to pick up his second foul. That's going to send him to the bench real quick at the 16:05 mark.
Yeah, so he'll have to take a seat. He's pleading his case to Coach Leslie and Coach Furr, but it's Ichanike into the ball game here.
Doesn't matter what he thinks.
Yeah. I think he was trying to say why he got the foul, but they weren't having it. There's a nice turnaround.
Well, it's obvious the big guy figures heavily into the game plan tonight, and he did not show up among the scoring leaders in the first loss to the Cardinals, 90-83 in overtime.
So they will try and pound the rock inside, looks like, the game plan. Here's a Bargwin on the other end, goes up strong, puts it through.
Just pure determination there. He's going to get to the goal.
Nicely done. So back up to a 10-point lead. Cards. Valentine with a nice answer.
That's his second three-pointer in the contest.
You know, he's the player. You can tell he's just got a nice shooter's touch, and he can create.
Out of Kokomo, Indiana.
Paris trying to get it into Bargwin.
Yeah, telegraph that pass.
I think Andres is saying, hey, make it a little tougher next time. There was some communication going on down the floor there. Cards working on the defensive end. Caught that ball underneath the basket, but had good body control to get it up.
He got those long arms, too. He used those to his advantage. Now suddenly it's 17-12.
Nice run here for the Apaches. It was a 10-point lead, cut in half. Bargwin going to take the shot from behind the stripe.
Big man knocks it down.
Andres Bargwin, he picks up his 4th point here in the early going. 19-12, Trinity Valley.
It was 42-35 Cardinals at halftime over in Wagstaff Gym.
How about that play?
Nice job.
He's got some hang time there.
Valentine's got off to a nice start. He had 16 points in the first game against the Cardinals.
He's already got 8 here in the first 6 minutes. Nice move, Chuck on the drive, had it tapped away. It's a 3-on-1 for the Apaches. And a charge is coming here. How about the defense getting back?
Wow, had a 3-on-1 and he defended it and drew the foul.
Amazing defense from number 23, Damari Paris.
And no surprise to see some wholesale changes now by Coach Guy Furr. The pace this game has been played.
Well, timeout coming here, media timeout, I believe, with the 13:49 mark. So 19-14. Trinity Valley off to a quick start And
Cardinals have been outscored 10-5 since the 16:37 mark when they were up 14-4.
so that's a big adjustment there. They made some modifications.
I mentioned that first game, the Cardinals led 42-35 at half. It was 77-77 into regulation, and the Cardinals wound up winning 90-83.
So we'll see what adjustments are made here at the media timeout. 13:49 to go in the first half. I'm trying to stay focused, but I heard something about chocolate cake, and Coach Sherry had
I think he was asking everybody over at his house for chocolate cake after the game.
He sold me on it, man.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, that's what I'm gonna take it as. I'll probably be surprised.
I know where he lives.
If you're just tuning into the broadcast, it is a special night here at Trinity Valley.
I came for cake.
Yeah, fun night.
Haven't had lunch since about 12 o'clock today. I'm ready for some cake.
It's been a day, hadn't it? The first game went long, so the men's contest a little bit behind on the start. But still, nonetheless, fun night in the Valley. Glad to have you watching in tonight on the Cardinal Sports Network. I'm Tim Howard, along with Benny Rogers. It's 1914 as the Cardinals take possession. Some of the changes, we'll highlight them here momentarily, but Chuck Mitchell with the ball.
It's Jarius Robertson in number 14 for the Cardinals.
There's a three on the way. That won't go, but following, it's going to be Mitchell picking it up.
Shot clock was incorrectly reset. 6 on the shot
Didn't get
clock.
any iron on that, so badly missing.
Good job by the official of noticing that as well.
As on the floor right now, you got Jerron Freeman as well as Ibargwin, Ichinike, Mitchell. Shot on the way, won't go, and it's going to be last touch by the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was not a good possession for the Cardinals there.
So Freeman, Robertson, and Mitchell, as well as Ichinike and Ibargwin on the floor for Trinity Valley.
Credit the Apaches for withstanding that barrage of shooting that the Cardinals put up there to start the game.
Yeah, and a lot of it by number 12 there, Ballantyne. Just tremendous points as he's got 8.
The young man has really had a great start. Like you said, he's got 8 quick points, and he had 16 in the first meeting.
He's the only player representing points right now on the floor. He's got 8 of the 14, but everyone else on the floor is hit the score. A lot of those guys just checked in, though, not to take anything away from them. Here's a 3 on the way from the right corner. Won't go, but good position underneath.
Yeah, great position. Tajuan G.
He'll capitalize with that. Down to a 3-point ball game.
Cardinals kind of need to regain their footing here a little bit.
Entry level, Ichinike gets pushed back. He battles, shot short. Fight for the loose ball is picked up by Warren. Warren dishes it off. They'll get it over to Ballantyne, and now foul coming down low. It's going to be on Ichinike.
Of course, Tim, we mentioned where the Cardinals' current position is within maybe looking at if they have to accept an at-large berth if they don't win the regional tournament. This is an important game for Tyler because Tyler fell out of the top 25 this week with their back-to-back losses. So they need a good road win like this to their credit to be considered for that if they don't go on and win the regional tournament themselves.
Good point. As if Trinity Valley does go in and win that regional, someone else is going to have that out.
Well, Tyler's a likely candidate too.
Yeah. There's a shot that was errant. Wouldn't go in the putback. Miller will pull it down.
Nice job by Terrion Miller.
So Cheatham passed down low, and that ball is stripped away after the collision. Long three-pointer on the way, won't go. Back in the iron, it's pulled down by Cheatham. Cheatham on the push. Has it tapped down away out front. And now a breakaway. The good play to save it. Ichinike to block it. Miller,
what a block!
Hey, how about those Cardinals? That was a little bit of everybody there.
Yeah, Guy Ford needs to get a timeout to settle his score down. They're playing out of control, and they've gotten away with it, but you're not going to continue to get away with it with a team like TJC.
Total moment there where a good play to get there on the baseline, save the ball, but he tries to go up Ichinike and knocks it away, and the save by Miller on the baseline. How about the Cardinals, huh?
Absolutely.
So with a 3-point lead, you were up 10 just moments ago, but the good news for Cardinals fans, they got that 10 real quick. So, I mean, both these teams very explosive.
The scoring has dropped off from that pace that we saw very early on, which is no surprise because the pace they were going, it's going to be hard to maintain that pace.
So with 11 and a half to go, Trinity Valley will have possession. They've got 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Had a late start to this when the women's game ran long, and then we had the sophomore ceremony upon the conclusion of the game. The Lady Cards winning by a count of 66-62 in a very good ball game.
Long three on the way. Robertson, he'll come up empty on that. Knocked away, controlled this time by Freeman. Cheatham will engineer it out front.
You know, with this lineup he's got on the floor, there are not any starters on the floor, so the starters are getting a breather here, but I would think they'd get back in the contest here pretty quick because this is a lineup here that's not tested that much together.
Long shot rolls off the rim, would not go down. So yeah, you're looking at a less than firepower offense at this point. Here's a good entry level. Foul, not much you could do but foul him there and force him to hit it at the line. A Bargwin will be coming on.
Yeah, so you're going to see the front liners, starters starting to work their way back into the contest because he was able to get away with that lineup. Not that there's anything wrong with the lineup, it's just not a seasoned lineup together.
Yeah, not any points represented in this ball game at this point. Gets the first free throw to go, so count that one for Edra Luster, freshman out of Oakland, California.
He came in averaging 4.9 rebounds a game.
Robertson and Ichinike out, and Bargwin and Phillips in. He gets that roll to go. That took a little body English for that one to go down. 1 point ball game. Screen out top. Now Cheatham trying to drive. Pass off in the corner. Phillips for three. Talk about using all of it on one end and allow match it and then go an extra bounce. Nice 3-point shot. And I believe we got to stop the play. Oh, we got wet spot down here. What's going on? Great respect for both these coaches. They're just talking it over. The referee runs over to get it, make sure that everything is good. A little bit of a
I think the officials thought
they were
that Mike Marcus and Guy were about to go after.
Yeah, they come running in there to break them up, and that's kind of funny moment there because I saw what you saw as they're running to it like, what do we got to get in between them? And I was just saying, Guy, there's a spot down here or something.
That was worth the price of admission right there.
Little pass over the left corner. Good pressure on the ball. They almost steal it.
Boy, Freeman almost came away with a big-time play right there.
Yeah, knocked it away, and Phillips coming up to try to grab it, could not get it. That is good stuff, huh? 22-18. I know you're filing that one away in the Benny vault, and one day you'll pull that out. I'll never forget the time. There's a shot on the way, won't go. Offensive glass and steps.
Took steps.
In the process of trying to go back up, the big fella gets an extra step there, Taewon Agee. So now it's a 4-point lead with a chance to add to it so to speak. The drive strong to the basket, won't go.
There's a lot of bodies on the floor, no fouls called.
Strong move to the glass. Freeman got a piece of it. Bargwin made him work, but he gets it down.
Nice job of the Apaches of staying with that one.
So it's a 2-point contest here with 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half. Boy, this pace has slowed down considerably, hasn't it? Kick out. That'll be a carry called here.
Yeah, I know guys giving some of these kids a lot of extended playing time going into tournament time because you never know when you have to call on them, but at some point he will reorganize the lineup out there, as you see starting to happen now with Chuck Mitchell coming back into the contest and Inchinike as well.
And they'll get an extended look here with this 9 minutes left in the half and a 2-point lead.
Been a fast-paced half, though.
It's moving up, and I'll stop right there. 22-20. Thanks for joining us tonight. Ichinike on a reach.
Not a smart foul.
Yeah, that's one is you're going to get called for it. You know you can't, probably not going to get away with that one cleanly.
If you're trying to defend from behind, you're defending from behind.
Yeah, that says it all. It's a good statement. Nice no-look bounce, but could not handle it on the baseline.
TJC turns it away.
So the Cardinals now trying to find their way after just a red-hot start. They got out to a quick 10-point lead. They lead by 2 here. So Cheatham and Mitchell out front. Ichinike into a Bargwin, but he can't control it. Quickly tapped away.
A lot of traffic in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands and bodies. It's hard to feed the rock down low. So
chance for TJC.
Chance to tie it up or take the lead with a 3. They will attempt the lead and don't get it as a Bargwin snatches it away. Phillips on the push. In traffic. Kick out. Chuck. Mitchell between the legs now. Phillips. Mitchell. Cheatham. Moving the ball. Still plenty of time on the clock. Man. Lots happening there, and finally bailed out with a foul. I mean, not bailed out, but that was just a lot of movement. Maybe I'm the guy bailed out. I get a chance to catch my breath.
Damari Parrish checks back into the game now. Now suddenly you got the bulk of the starting lineup in the contest, with the exception of Idahan, who picked up his 2 quick fouls early in that first in the first half.
So Ichinike has had a lot of minutes on the floor. Not that he doesn't get a lot of minutes, but has played the extended role here. There's a shot over the top. Phillips won't get it to go.
Mitchell have grown cold.
Chuck Mitchell, he said, let me have a crack at it. And he finds a way to break the bottom of the net.
Has seen his average slip below 20 points a game for the first time this season. Well, since the start of the season, I should say. He's down at 19.7. Had a couple of off-scoring games. Continued to do other things really well, though.
Yeah. Valentine shot will go, tap into the bench and into the stands.
He had to make a decision whether he was going to leap the bench, I should say.
And he probably made the right one. As he's looking over there, he's like, I don't know, do I want to try and jump over Terrion Miller and 3 or 4 other guys into that crowd? That's a lot of vert.
That was in front of him if he had chose it.
So entry level down to Bargwin, backs him down, goes up strong with the left, shot no good. Ichinike, the putback. Good strong move from the big fella, number 21, Jaime Ichinike.
Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Cardinals have built it back up to 6. Here's a 3 to cut it in half, but no good. And Ichinike on the boards.
McGee missing that 3-pointer. Cardinals quickly on the attack.
Phillips. Mitchell back over in that corner, or the wing rather, to Phillips, but he'll set it up top. Ichinike going to try and go. Nice reverse move. Touch.
My goodness.
And it is an 8-point advantage. That was well done, man. Quick feet, nice control. Goes up over the top. Steps before, Bargwin did a good job.
Hey, Bargwin did a great job defending
on his
that.
feet, didn't go in the air on that head fake. And it's going to be a timeout with 6:08 to go here in the first half of play. Trinity Valley leading 28-20. Your thoughts here on this first start?
Well, a little mini run. The Cardinals have kind of regained their footing since we've seen the starters back on the floor. They've outscored since the 10-minute mark. They've outscored TJC 6-2 to open up an 8-point lead, having led 14-4 and 15-5 early in this contest. But this is going to be a good one all the way because Mike Marcus' squad is not going to back down.
Yeah, and you mentioned that they come in, really trying to get back on track here, so a huge important game for them. And the Cardinals have been red hot, won 8 in a row, so trying to keep that.
They're trying to protect. I'm not going to say protect that number 5 ranking because that's locked in the books now because that was the final regular season poll. But you don't want to have any blemishes against yourself going into the regional tournament, so that the committee, there's no way they can make a case for leaving you out in the event that you slip up at the regional tournament.
Well said. Well said. Trinity Valley Cardinal making some friends over there. Scorer's table. Now going to get some help back down. He may run a little point guard before it's all said and done. Who knows? We'll see.
It's like a young Tim Howard.
Very young Tim Howard. I can't move that way anymore. So on the floor to start the final portion of the half, it's going to be Paris, Ichinike, Mitchell, Bargwin, and Phillips all in the game for Trinity Valley. Got a reach coming here.
That was a good foul there because Bargwin had 33. Sandifer pinned on his back. He had a free path to the basket.
He was ready to unload, looked like.
He was.
He was about to hammer that one home.
His eyes were about this big.
So 6:01 left. Oh, thought about bouncing it off the player, but fortunately that they get the ball, not the way they drew it up.
The glancing blow.
Three-pointer on the way, won't go. Ichinike with the offensive rebound. Foul out underneath, so the Cardinals will have the ball.
Foul's going to go against Jackson. That'll be his second.
Jackson is
team 6, so the Cardinals will be in the 1-and-1 on the next foul at the 5:51 mark. Cardinals with 5 team fouls as we head into this final 5:51.
Mitchell will inbound. Finds Phillips. Harris going to take the shot from inside the stripe. Gets it down. He's had a strong first half.
He is red hot, and he's got 10 points in the contest. 30-20, back up to a 10-point Cardinal lead.
Leading scorer in the ball game at this point. Drive to the basket, hanging. Can't get it to fall. Boy, there's a nice move. Could not finish. Here's Phillips. Paris back over to Lorenzo. The coach was saying, "You were in bounds, Mr. Official." This has been our ball. We were going to come back and get that. Didn't win that argument.
Well, let's just hope Mike doesn't take out after Guy.
Right.
That was priceless.
The officiating crew was hustling to get over there. The shot was just off. It rattles out.
Ichinike got away with one there. He was over the back clearly.
Yeah, that should have been a whistle against number 21 there. And Ichinike's already got 2 fouls in this ballgame. That would have been his 3rd in the game.
Five minutes to go.
10-point lead. Cardinals have built it back up. Working on the defensive end. Blocked by Ichinike. Here's Mitchell with the ball out front. Driving to the basket. Hanging, shooting, and scoring as it rattles home.
Chuck now with 10 points in the game.
Mark Leslie's just picked up there's a technical foul on the bench.
Yeah, Mark Leslie was called in. Of course, Mark says he wasn't talking to the official, but doesn't matter who he was talking to if the official thought he was, I guess.
Mark takes a walk down to the other end of the bench there. Going to get him a glass of water or something like that. So that's a 12-point advantage, and that's to cut it to 11. Then they'll get the ball back, have another free throw. Second one on the way is good. That's a big opportunity here for TJC. They'll have a chance for a 4-point play, so to speak, or 5 if they can hit a 3 out of this possession.
Yeah, the Cardinals have to reset, have a good defensive stand here, get a stop, go down and put up points, and you still have your 10-point cushion there.
Yeah, they played really well this first half, and Spurs want to close it out this final 4.5 minutes now. Knocked away, but regathered by the Apaches. They'll swing it around. Valentine on the drive. The foul's going to be out front on
Have you noticed, though, Tim, when we haven't seen Burgon?
Oh.
In several minutes, and he was very active early on. I don't know if the young man has got an injury that he's dealing with down there.
Maybe that is the case, because when they were talking,
he was asking for a trainer. He was asking for.
Troy Scott ended up making a path down there, so I'm wondering if that may have been part of that conversation.
Now TJC spending time here at the free throw line with the clock stopped here the last 30 or 40 seconds.
That's
and
9th point of the contest for Valentine.
Cardinals need to follow this up with a good possession here with points, obviously. Don't lose that momentum that you've regained.
Yeah, it's so hard to do. You get that lead. You don't want it just to slip away so quickly. Make them work. Free throws are certainly not making them work. There's a 3-pointer on the way. Won't go. Ichinike pulls it down. He will go back up with a putback. Nice turnaround jumper from Jamie Ichinike.
Well, that's not twice now we've seen that move, and you see why Wichita State was quick to sign him back in November.
Yeah, and he's really coming on, playing strong here down the stretch with that turnaround getting better and better. Long 3-point shot, short. Phillips will pick it up. Down the floor they come. Alita sets it up with
That's not the way it was designed.
Oh man, that was a lot happening there. Not a lot to show, but a foul nonetheless.
Cardinals will be in the 1-1 at this point.
Miller coming on for Jaime Ichinike. He'll get
and the crowd recognizes what a force he was during that time he was on the floor.
And he came in probably around, was it the 17, 18-minute mark. He played a long stretch and played really well.
Alita with his first point of the contest.
So Alita out of Toronto, Canada, 6'6" freshman. Chance to add to his point total there, and doesn't get that one to go. Rattles Hall.
3.5 minutes left in the first half.
11-point Cardinal lead. Valentine. Shot won't go, and rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell surveying, driving, kicks it back out, but it's stolen away. Here come the Apaches. Phillips will be called on the foul here.
And there's nobody to pass to. I'm not sure who he thought he was trying to hit with the follow-up pass.
I think he was ready to kick out for 3 and realized after he got in the air there's no one there. Those legs started burning, and no one really followed the play. They thought he was going to take the layup, but that's why you always hustle.
Warren's averaging 15.5 a game.
Gets that one to go.
That's his 3rd point of the contest.
So Paris comes on for Phillips. And Cheatham in the ball game. He'll come on for Alita.
Terrion Miller is also in the contest.
Miller as well. So they will try to close out this final 3. Benny, we talked about it. How important are closing halves and quarters?
Oh, it absolutely is. You want to go in with all the momentum in the world because you're going to come out with that momentum, and the other team has to deal with the deficit at the halftime mentally.
What an entry level. They get it right on the low block down to a Bargain.
I'm not sure that TJC can handle a Bargain on the block, to be honest with you.
Not many can. He's a beast down low. And we'll have free throws coming here.
Mike Marcus is working the official. Trying to get that call for later on.
Yeah, they missed that free throw line there. And you see the frustration on his face. How to get that one to go.
Andres is usually a good free throw shooter too. You don't see him miss that often.
Has 4 points in the game so far.
Trying to build the lead back up to 10. 2:48 left in the first half here at Leon Smith Court at Cardinal Gym on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Missed them both.
Those add up. Well, they don't add up, I should say.
That is a very uncharacteristic trip to the line for a Bargain. Kick out, no, nice hit fake he drives, but it's going to draw.
Yeah, Andres Bargain was set up for a good 2 to 3 seconds. I mean, there was no need. No need for that young man to be called for that foul.
Yeah, he should have recognized that and get that ball passed back out. Good job from Bargain getting out in front. So Chuck Mitchell going to work the mop, get a little dry spot, showing, hey, I can do a little bit of everything.
Well, I've been saying all along he's the conference MVP, and he's just showing it there with the with the broom.
If there is any kind of a scale tipping moment, that could be the factor that is needed
to put him over the top.
To put him over the top.
Did you see the way he handled the broom that night? Evidently.
Don't put that on camera. The official pulled it out. He's like, let me show you. I'm going to work a little more of that circle for you.
I'll show you what an MVP does.
But going back to that, yeah, he's had that kind of, and on the other end of the floor, they're giving Chuck a hard time. He's smiling, he was laughing.
That fish was motivated. He watched the curling competition at the Winter Olympics. That's what he was. He was showing off that prowess.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
On the other end, Chuck's down there hearing from his teammates. He's like, now look what happened. He had a big smile on his face. So, but it's a 9-point advantage. Cardinals can really extend this thing here with a good possession. Foul coming here. Miller draws it.
That'll be the 10th team foul against the Apache, so it'll be the double bonus now the rest of the way for the Cardinals. Cardinals with 18 fouls at the 2:22 mark of the first half.
So Terrion at the line out of Houston, Texas. Gets that one to fly.
That's his first points of the contest. He come in averaging 2.4 a game. Joseph Clark is checked in for the Apaches. 6'6" freshman wing out of Sanger, Texas.
2 for 2 on the trip, so it's now an 11-point advantage for Trinity Valley. Trying to close it out here, working hard on the defensive side of the ball. TJC is strong to the basket. Can't get it to fall, though. Miller is tied up there.
Possession arrow is pointing in the direction of TJC.
So they'll maintain possession. Basically a new shot clock, 29 seconds.
It's been a loud crowd tonight, hasn't it?
It has. It has been a very involved crowd. A lot of energy here at Trinity Valley Gymnasium.
That's going to be a block. Damari wasn't planted.
Paris not able to get his feet set there. There's an Apache shaking up over that side. I think is that Ballantyne? Boy,
he hit hard.
Yeah, he's going for that right leg, is around the ankle area.
TJC can ill afford to lose that young man. He's been very active in this game as well as the season.
Yeah,
he's averaging
clutching that ankle.
10.4 points and 3.3 assists, and we think that Lucas Burgung has also suffered an injury because he hasn't been in the game since well early in the contest after getting off to a fast start.
Yeah, and it's slow to get up, boy.
And that's the thing about this time of year as tournament time approaches. You know, being healthy goes a long way into how much success you're going to have.
Going back to last year, the Lady Cardinals at the national championship, a couple of years of injuries that not a lot of folks know about. He's going to get a big hand here, but we hate to see that.
Yeah, the Lady Cardinals losing Rainey Kirkendall at the national tournament. I mean, just brutal.
Yeah,
losing their enforcer inside, one of their enforcers inside.
He is able to put a little bit of weight on it as he's walking it off, but he's probably done for the night. You never know.
But it looks right now you would think so. So it's potentially Mike Marcus now has lost 2 starters here in this first half if Burgoyne and Ballantyne are unable to return. That's hard on the road to lose 2 starters. It's hard anywhere, but
he is a baller. We talked about his ability, and Desmond leaving the game with, I believe, 10 points on the night, and he's played really well.
So that's going to send Johnson to the free throw line. Johnson came in averaging 9.5 a game. Has yet to score in this one. I'll take that back. He had 2 points prior to that.
So that'll give the Apaches a 10-point deficit. Second one is up and good, down to 9 with 1:52 to go here in the first half of play.
For the Cardinals, you want to milk just a little bit of clock here. You don't want to give it TJC extra possessions. You don't want to turn it over.
Cheatham working the baseline, trying to find a way, and that ball's stolen.
Somebody just said you don't want to turn it over.
Oh, we got to get that headset down there too on me. Get that cordless headset.
You just have to use your head. There's no need to drive baseline.
The drive inside, count the basket, going to the free throw line, and just like that, you're within striking distance here.
To a TJC team that's down 2 starters now.
So it's going to be a 7-point game with a chance to cut it to 6 with your, like you just mentioned, 2 starters sidelined.
You want to go in with all the momentum, going with that double-digit lead and knowing what you know about their potential lineup.
Missed that opportunity, though.
Still up 7. Just over a minute left in the first half. Finish strong if you're the Cardinals.
Love to see a 3-pointer here, get it back up to that 10-point.
Just dial that up, why don't you? Mitchell will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. This foul will go against Cameron Johnson. Cardinals in the double bonus.
So Mitchell stepping up. You mentioned for the first time since the start of the year, just dipping below that 20 mark, 20 points a game mark, right at the 19.5.
Oh, missed a free throw.
Cardinals not shooting the ball very well at the free throw stripe here in the first half.
Came in averaging 70.7 from the line.
See if they can right that. Does get 1 of 2.
Now 11 points in the game for Mitchell.
Ballantyne is actually up on the walk, kind of walking, trying to put a little more walk on that. Might be able to get taped up in the second half. We'll see.
I bet he'll be back.
Yeah, I imagine so. There's a shot that's short and out of bounds.
Chance for the Cardinals now. They can't play for the final shot, obviously, but they can sure use a lot of clock.
Yeah, under a minute to go here. 38-30 the score. Cheatham going to direct the traffic here. Looking to the right side, got Paris over here and then a bargain. See which way to go.
10 on the shot clock.
Penetrate, now kick out. Mitchell won't go. Not resetting, 5 on the shot clock. Paris shot will go. We have a foul inside. It's going to be on Terrion Miller. 2 shots here with the clock stopped at 22 seconds left. So just one of those moments where you're letting them carve into your lead without even having to really earn it.
Apaches will go into the locker room with a little bit of momentum when they thought they might be looking at a 10-point deficit, a double-digit deficit. Now they may have it to as few as 6.
And you're really pleased if you're an Apache looking and Coach Marcus cheering his team on.
Now Guy Fur putting Robertson back into the contest, a 3-point shooter. They can play for the final shot here. They would not be opposed to taking the 3-pointer if they got the opportunity.
Missed the second one though, so still 7-point lead, 20 seconds to go. Lorenzo Phillips walks it up the floor from the right side.
Cardinals will definitely play for the final shot.
Now 10 and clock moving. Phillips driving, pulls back 3. It's good, and that is a 3-pointer to finish the half.
Wow.
41-31. That was well done by Lorenzo.
And Mike Marquis was claiming that Phillips pushed off. He's going to the locker room talking about that.
He's still animated as he goes to that side corner, and he was, oh man, that's a dagger to stop the half for Tyler, because like I said, they'd made a little bit of a push, but the Cards push right back and they lead by 10.
41-31 Cardinals. At halftime, we're going to step away, and we'll be back in a few minutes to rejoin you on the other side for the second half of this Region 14 Conference contest. Trinity Valley Tyler from Leon Smith Recorded at Cardinal Gym.
From deep in the heart of Texas, the TVCC Cadet Sophomores.
And welcome back to Leon Smith Record at Cardinal Gym, where we are at halftime with the Cardinals leading by a count of 41-31 over TJC. And to bring Tim Howard back in, Tim, the Cardinals had the first half under control most of the way, but we got a 3-pointer there at the buzzer to end halftime to go back up by 10.
Yeah, they did, and that was just a great way to close it out for the Cardinals. And they had a great first half. You know, you think about it, they got off to a quick start, and then they finished, answered a couple of body blows there from the Apaches, and they're up by 10 as we get ready for the second half.
And played the bulk of that first half without Robinson Edahan, who got picked up 2 quick fouls. And of course, we should mention too, though, and I see Bergong is back out on the floor during warm-ups. I don't know that I see Valentine.
I haven't seen him yet. He's on the side, actually.
He's not warming up, so that doesn't look good.
He is not going to be going. And not really surprised by that. I mean, he was in a lot of pain when he tweaked that right ankle. So
we'll see how that plays out with those two TJC injuries. The Cardinals had 11 Mitchells from Wendell Mitchell, 6 from Lorenzo Phillips, 1 from Adam Alita. 2 from Terrion Miller, 4 from Andres Barguin. Jamie and Shanike had 6. Damari Paris had 10. And Idahan had 1. And the Cardinals had 6 3-pointers in that first half. The Cardinals jumped out to a 14-4 lead, led it at 15-5. TJC came battling back. It was 19-14. And it was 22-18 with 10 minutes to go in the first half.
And Ichinike, you mentioned he had 6. He had some big minutes for coming on early in that and played most of that first half, about 15 and a half minutes. And got a rousing ovation as he came out. He played big minutes down that stretch.
Oh, absolutely. And I just noticed that we haven't seen Yildiz Mendoza tonight. That got past me. He will normally not start. He will start several games. We'll have to watch for him because I didn't know that I even have seen him tonight.
Yeah, to think about it, that's something to keep an eye on as the Cardinals are making their way out onto the hardwood here.
Yeah, TJC came out with about 5 minutes left in the half, and the Cardinals just now coming out. So, be interested to see what Mike Marquis does with his lineup now if he doesn't have Ballantyne to help direct the offense. And it certainly looks like to me that just reading his body language and with his warm-up top on,
Still got the warm-up
that
on.
he won't be playing. Now, Bergonga's out there going through warm-up, so maybe they got him patched up and fixed up at halftime. And the big 7-footer made his presence known early on in this contest.
Yeah, something happened on that far end. That's when the coaches met.
Yeah, that's when Mike came walking down to ask Guy could Troy Scott get his trainer something that he needed. That's my impression of reading things.
I think so.
And the officials walked over, folks.
They ran over.
Yeah. They thought the two coaches were about to go at it.
Which it was great from our vantage point to see it all developing. They're down here trying to keep an eye on fouls and stuff, and Mike is walking over to talk to Guy. Hey, do y'all have such and such? So,
and of all the coaches in the league you would pick to go at it, those two would not be at the top of the list.
That was the good stuff. So here they are, though, at halftime, 41-31, Trinity Valley, at 10-point advantage, trying to continue their hot streak. They've won 8 in a row. This would give them 9. Of course, they've secured the Region 14 conference title. Congratulations to them on that feat.
Yeah, Mike Mark was just mentioned. I don't think he's happy at the fact they stopped the clock at the 2:30 mark. Now it's running so they could finish up some announcements. And he said we've already been here long enough. So he's not really happy right now.
He's not.
He's had words with Sherrod Poteet.
I think Sherrod actually kicked a basketball that direction, and just trying to move it, and it went right that direction.
You never know what you're going to see at a Region 14 conference contest, folks. I mean, it's purely entertaining, and it not always have to have anything to do with the basketball.
It's for sure. So the Cards finishing up.
But, I can understand Mike being agitated. He's got a couple of kids that are banged up. The game started late because the women's game ran long, and then you had the sophomore ceremony. And I get it. It's nothing personal, Mike versus Trinity Valley.
No.
It's just he's agitated right now, and I totally get that.
Yep. And still got about a minute and a half left to go. Cards still shooting out there before we're officially ready for the second half to begin. Let's talk about keys to this second half for Trinity Valley to close this thing out, in your opinion.
I think don't try to do too much. Stay within yourself. Keep the lineups on the floor that you trust, I think, because it's very important to close it out. Your last home game, that number 5 ranking means something.
Sure.
You don't want to lose at home to a team you've already beaten on their floor. Yes, it went into overtime, and yes, it was a great game. But I think just stay within themselves.
I agree with you, Nate. We're about to see, that push for the regional tournament just a few days away now, as Cardinals will wrap up the regular season on Saturday, but still have a big half here to go tonight.
They do, and for TJC fans, they can probably see, if they can't see, Lucas Bergong is back out on the floor, the big 7-footer who left about 8 or 9 minutes into the first half and didn't return. We think with an injury, but he's been fixed up now and good to go. But on the other side of the coin, Desmond Ballantyne is on the bench, and just looking at his body language at the far end of the bench between Mike Marcus and the trainer, it doesn't look like he'll be seeing any action in the second half.
No, I think he is done for the night. And boy, he's a tough player, competitor out there. Had a great first half. They're going to miss him in the second.
First possession, first start for the Cardinals here in the second half. A fast start, like I said, like they got off from the start of the game, would go a long way.
So Phillips will inbound. It's Phillips, Mitchell, Paris, Adian, and Abargo, the starting five for Trinity Valley. Paris thought about pounding it inside. They'll work it around the perimeter. Mitchell, long three. Started off like they did back with a hot hand early. Now up 13.
Chuck now with 14 points. Had 24 in the first game against TJC. I would think if he got to 24 in this one, the Cardinals would be in really good shape.
I'm telling you, they are starting off with a big presence on the three-point line. Paris defends, but the shot is good nonetheless.
Nice answer for TJC.
So an 11-point advantage. Both teams hitting on their opening possession. Mitchell engineering out front.
Robinson, Adian is back into the contest for the Cardinals.
Nice touch from Phillips. Lorenzo Phillips with the basket. He has 8 points in the contest. Shot on the way, won't go. Out of bounds, last touch by TJC. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but on the drive there, Warren had slipped, and he's still trying to find his footing a little bit. He's testing out an ankle or something, and he's good to go, but you can tell that right leg bothering him a little bit. Here's a drive from Phillips. Shot Adian never really got a chance to shoot. Now here's Phillips driving and shooting. Won't go.
Credit Robinson and Adian for keeping that possession alive, though, out of just pure determination and hustle.
It was all heart, absolutely. So Warren for the Apaches. Crossover and a foul coming on Chuck.
Yeah, he got his feet caught up and he didn't slide them over.
Mitchell picks up the foul. That'll be his first foul of the night. Has 14 points on the offensive end. Good challenge on the shot. Fight for the loose ball. Bargwin, he'll get it to Phillips. Lorenzo working his way down the floor. Kick out for Mitchell. Thought about a three, comes inside from just outside the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Phillips. Trying to force it to Adian.
Stay within yourself. Stay under control.
Right on cue. Here goes a put through. Oh, same spot. Same spot down there that Valentine went down. Just saw Mitchell tweak an ankle on the end down there of the Cardinal.
Yeah, you can see the slick spot from here, actually, from the angle.
There's a wild shot. Rebound by Mitchell. Throws it up. He was throwing the alley-oop.
Yeah, Adian didn't read him. Chuck's a little frustrated with Adian right now.
Three-point shot is good, so a big turn of events here, 5-point swing.
Micah Thomas, that's his 79th three-pointer on the season, so you can't leave him uncovered out front.
Yeah, he's a nice touch, number 11 for the Apaches. Noses away around the three-point arch. There's a blocking foul coming.
That brought Mike Marcus off the bench.
Coach Marcus not happy at all with that call. Little surprised. I thought the big fellow was there, but gets called for the blocking foul. So 48-36, Trinity Valley up a dozen here.
If I thought Mike was agitated earlier.
Long three-pointer. Dead center through the heart, Lorenzo Phillips.
That's from Cayuga.
I don't want to say use this GPS, but I heard the ball say you have arrived. It is good, and it's a 15-point game, but a nice offensive rebound Is that in the cylinder? No, it's going to be a credit to
They're going to let it go.
the big man down low. And I thought it might have got in there a little early with his putback. Robinson trying to back him down. Spin move at the glass. Reverse layup. It's good. Oh, my goodness. That's some fun stuff happening here.
This Cardinal team is fun to watch.
They've got a lot of weapons, don't they? Loose ball. It's or the rebound, rather, is controlled by Adian. He's only a freshman. Nice pass. Barnwood has to go up and under all the way across the rim and finishing on the left side. How about the Cardinals' quick start here? First 4-14, and they're up by 17 in less than 5 minutes of play.
Well, no surprise. I mean, this Cardinal team's explosive like that. We've seen it all season, and Mike Marcus had to use the timeout.
So the Trinity Valley now up big here. They are talking it over in that huddle here and looking at, just trying, like you said, keep things in perspective here and keep doing what you want to do to keep that momentum going for the remainder of this season.
Chuck Mitchell now has 16 points. Phillips has got 11. The Cardinals have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 3-pointers already in the contest. Had 6 in the first half.
They are just tearing it up behind the arc tonight.
Cardinals trying to run their record to 26-3 on the season, 17-1 in the conference. And as I mentioned earlier, if you might have missed it, folks, over the last 5 seasons, counting this one, the Cardinals are 82-11 in conference games.
That's phenomenal. 82-11.
Of course, Chris Ballman got that started in his great 4-year run he had here, and now Guy Furr is continuing it in his second season.
Good stuff, man. They got it rolling in the valley right now.
So the Cardinals, you got a 17-point lead now. You got the game well in hand. You just got to, like I said earlier, play within yourself and stay under control.
That's what they're going to attempt with the 5-man rotation of Mitchell, Barnwin, Paris, Adian, and Phillips.
Have a hand check.
Check out top. That's going to be on Damari Paris.
Well, we've got a moment. I'll give you the Region 14 Conference women's scores. Kilgore beat Angelina 71-70. Blinn beat Jacksonville 53-51. TVCC, of course, winning 66-62. And Panola beat Bossier Parish 84-78. Sanjak beat Paris 84-57. So what that does, the Cardinals are now in a 3-way tie. Lady Cardinals are now in a 3-way tie for first place.
That is a big, I was about to say that does shake things up there quite a bit. So
it won't affect seedings because Jacksonville can't go to the tournament.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this game, of course.
That foul, I believe, was on Barnwood down low. So only his first. There's another one coming.
Be his second. It's going to bring in Chinike back into the contest. Mendoza's in street clothes. I just noticed him, so evidently he's nursing an injury or an illness. And there has been quite a few illnesses around campus the last few weeks.
Tough not to get sick through the crazy weather pattern. Sometimes hot, cold. Plenty of people battling, but Cards at almost full strength tonight and playing really well.
Nice roll for TeAndre Jackson.
Jackson gets that to fall, and
that's his first points of the game, surprisingly, and he came in averaging 11.6.
They've done a good job to keep him out of that scoring column. And now a long three-pointer. He's filling it, and he's filling it up. That's Lorenzo Phillips for 3.
He has 4 3-pointers in this one. Another one from Cayuga.
There was not even a defender on him at that point because he was so far out. There's a shot on the way. Ichinike clears. Gets it to Paris. Damari drives into traffic, throws it away. Ichinike loses control. Now it's a 3-on-1. We saw it earlier. Lorenzo went for the fake. There was a good fake. Blocked away. Going for the dunk. Can't get it.
It is hand-to-hand combat inside, folks.
Robinson is, boy, he's pumped up right now, and he's saying, you can't come at me, I got you. He finally got the foul, but what an effort.
One thing to know, that is the 5th team foul now against the Cardinals in this half, so I mean, TJC will potentially shoot a lot of free throws in this second half.
Yeah, it's going to be a long scoring opportunity at the free throw line on fouls. But I was really impressed with that fake, and Lorenzo went for it, and then they missed the layup after that carry around fake. But then Adian gets in there and just refuses to give up.
And we saw a missed jam in all that sequence.
A lot happening underneath.
Wow.
The result is 1 of 1. Now make it 2 of 2.
Region 14 conference basketball.
It's a fun night in, night out.
We've teamed Lorenzo Phillips now, who has 16 points, knocked down 2 from 30 feet.
Lorenzo, Golden Mitchell. Now Lorenzo, why not? Of course he's going to hit the shot. He's on fire. 5 of 5 on the threes tonight. He continues to light it up. He's got 17 points. There's a drive on the other end. Andres Abarguin with a block. Got it with his left hand. Phillips finds Cheatham, and Cheatham
he was trying to figure out a way to get the ball out front to Phillips, because Phillips was wide open.
Yeah, Lorenzo is down here thinking I was going to hit me another one.
Wow.
Boy, he is in the zone, isn't he?
He has 5 3-pointers. The school record, by the way, is 10.
I just noticed he's wearing 1 red shoe and 1 black shoe.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Nice fake, gets inside the arc, and he'll put that down. Good closeout by Chuck.
This is one of those games you just want to watch.
Yeah, it is. There's so much talent on the floor on both sides of the ball.
And so much action.
And they are filling up and down this floor.
It's a 17-point lead, but I mean, we've seen far bigger leads than this wiped out.
It's going to be a drive into Miller. Miller draws contact and almost got the 3-point opportunity.
Did a good job of drawing the foul.
So free throws coming here. Yeah, he drew the contact, and then on the continuation as he's going up, almost had that to fall.
Wow, this Cardinal team is just so explosive. It's so deep, and when they're hitting on all cylinders, they can play with anybody in the nation.
It's so true, and they're proving that tonight as they've done this with, a lot of teams. When you lose a guy like a Dean, you think, oh no, well, Ichinike comes in and maybe even raises the intensity a little bit with his block of shots as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So, they're just so strong. There's 1 of 2 at the line. It's an 18-point advantage.
Miller with 3 points, all from the free throw line.
Phillips helping out. Now the closeout shot is no good. Over the back, foul coming. Oh, it's actually going to be on Cheatham.
I think it's on Miller.
They call it on 1 or 13. I thought
he might have said Cheatham, but I didn't see Cheatham in the area. The scores table is asking.
They're saying 20 now.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. He said 1. Was he saying 1 and 1? But it would have been 11. I saw 1 there. Let's see. Now everybody's coming to the scores table because we're all a little bit confused and turning around. Timeout on the floor here, so media timeout with 12:40 left. Coach Furr was saying, now what do you do exactly?
Yeah, the guy's asking for an explanation.
I don't know if he likes the one he's getting. He's got a big smile on his face. He's still talking it over. But, we talked about starting this half off and doing it, playing strong, playing through and getting a good mixture of your talent out there, and they've done that, and they've increased this lead. They lead big here in the second.
Yeah, you want to play smart, play under control, and keep this thing stress-free here in the remainder of the contest. 12:40 to go. You're up 18.
I think the officials just, one of them said this is media timeout or something, looked at him, he's like, shrugged his shoulders and like, they're coming on the floor, let's go.
Well, and if they called a foul, they never did post it on the scoreboard.
There was never an indication. The scores book came over, they were talking about that. Fight for the ball, Bardwin with a steal. Now the rim is still up. I was a little concerned as I saw the big guy on a steal breaking away. Yeah. I'm just playing with his feet, getting out there. Shot on the way is up and over. Cheatham is good.
They aren't giving the flop tonight.
No, they will not stop the clock of that. Here's Phillips got to drive. The fade away, no good. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're going to give me an assist on that? Here's a shot from the right corner, left point of the paint. Mitchell out, and a quick bounce pass, three-point shot. Lorenzo Phillips is unstoppable.
6 3-pointers.
He's unstoppable right now. And, you don't want to be the guy trying to stop him.
Cardinals have just gotten a warning for getting up off the bench cheering after the shots. They're not going to let you do that.
Phillips is so fun to watch right now. And his man just went down to him and it was trying to cover him, and he's talking to him, and he gave him a little bit of respect there and said, man, Lorenzo's just on fire.
Yeah, Lorenzo's got 22 points, and he's got 6 3-pointers, and as I mentioned, the school record is 10. Rainey Horn and Brandon helped me out from 3 years ago.
I'm going to be a little help. Oh, my goodness. He is okay. That was scary to watch right there. He came head first.
I'm going to be worn out by the time this game's over with.
Guys are jumping through the roof. And let me tell Branson Blake how getting an assist.
Branson Blake with an assist. It was Brandon Holly and Rainey Horn have hold the school record with 10 3-pointers each. Good job, Branson.
Branson's like, I'm sure I typed that in there a few times.
He was trying to steal every pen I had on front of here, folks.
And we know how you are about pens, Benny, so I was concerned for Branson's safety there. But he is able to wrestle one away.
It is a 23-point game.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes still to go, but glad to see the young man able to bounce up after that long fall. There's a nice shot up and good. Count that for Mitchell.
He has 4 3-pointers and 19 points.
Man, they are just unstoppable behind the arc tonight. Continuing to hit at a rapid pace. Shot won't go. Put back up over a Bardwin is good.
That was a nice job by Luster. Had it all of Andres Bargain he wanted in his face.
Yeah, it was one he definitely had to earn as Bargain was working hard on the defensive end, but gets it up over the top. Cheatham driving, hanging, and can't get it to fall. He'll go to the free throw line though. As Kevin Cheatham, Lucky Cheatham is going to be at the free throw line.
Yeah, Lucky's looking for his first points of the contest in the 72-48. 72 points with still 10-14 left. Holy cow.
That kind of summarizes the hot streak behind the arc, huh?
Give me a chance here to
There are nights when you're just feeling it, and several Cardinals have been taking care of business.
Cardinals with 12 3-pointers in the contest.
Yeah. That adds up in a hurry, doesn't it?
And they are long 3-pointers in some occasions.
Ichinike coming on for Miller. So you've got Adian, Ichinike, Robertson, Lucky, and the 3 on the way won't go.
If that is ball.
It was thinking about it. And Freeman. So there's your 5 in white for Trinity Valley. It's just been one of those nights for Cards. They've shot the ball well, played good defense, and they're making their mark here. Final home game of the season.
What a final home game is going to turn out to be at this rate.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Man, oh man. Missing that first free throw.
26-point lead. Missed both of them.
Didn't get it to go that time.
That's one of the few things that's gone wrong tonight.
Drive all the way to the glass. Good strong move by Warren.
This is turning into an NBA All-Star game. Much defense.
For sure. That's it. Pass underneath Ichinike for the dunk. He took off from about the D, or the R actually.
Delay a game warning against the Cardinals. They've had a tech on the bench, they've had a warning on the bench, and they've had a delay a game warning. They've got to be running real low on those.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping everybody honest out there. Moves inside. Nice touch from number 34, AG.
Tyler's doing a great job of shooting the ball, but it's just the fact that they've just been bombarded with three-pointers.
Yeah, and those things have a way of just taking the life right out of you, doesn't it? I mean, especially if we close out and you got a hand in the face and they still keep falling, it crushes your spirit. And Phillips has done that 6 times tonight, and then Chuck has done it at 4. Let's go ahead and not forget about Robertson. He can hit the 3 and does it there. His first points of the game. He had 4 the last outing, I believe, or 2 outings ago. Good defense, Ichinike. Reaching, though, had a chance on a steal on that far side.
That's 13 three-pointers now for the Cardinals.
So with 8:41 to go here.
Cardinals' high point game this year is 107 points against Jacksonville. I would think that Guy Furr will start getting pretty liberal with his substitutions here with about 5 minutes left, though. So I don't think that's any jeopardy of falling for the year, but for the night.
Well, what a game against one of your big rivals of.
This sends a statement across the league. You know, we may have things wrapped up, but we're not done or not content.
Sure. Yeah, they are taking it to the Apaches at home tonight. Pass tried to go up top to Robinson, but he's well defended. He'll be out of bounds off Trinity Valley.
Yeah, Dean Red that time was prepared for the alley pass, but it was poorly executed.
Drive won't go. Ichinike and Indian, actually Ichinike will finally pull it down. Lucky bringing it up the floor. Lucky Cheatham surveying the defense.
Yeah, Adian's the only starter on the floor at this point.
Driving. I could go ahead and get called for the travel, or I could have it swatted away, so maybe no one will notice. They're gonna get called for the travel there.
Keep playing.
Yeah. Shot is on the way. It's a good.
If they can get back into it just like that with 3 pointers.
Thomas hits the 3 from the right baseline, and here comes
the bomb squad.
Yeah, 4 fresh bodies will check in a moment.
Guy first, like I was saying earlier, you don't want any stress the rest of the way. 10 on the shot clock. A lot of dribbling going on.
A turnover there. So it's going to be Mitchell, Paris, and Phillips into the ball game.
Generally, as a rule, if there's that much dribbling going on, there's not much going on.
That's for sure, and that summed it up right there, Benny. Too much dribbling. The lead down to still 22. three-pointer is good.
And we've seen that they can hit three-pointers. They got Thomas had 78 coming in. Jackson had 43 coming in. And Warren had 35 coming in. So there's some firepower on that TJC roster from three-point range.
Absolutely.
19-point game.
Long three on the other end won't go. Ichinike gets the rebound. Phillips to Chuck, and it's pulled away by TJC. They'll get a layup on the other end.
If the Cardinals have checked it in, they better check it back out.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout, and they will try to reestablish here. So with a break in the action, it's down to 17. You still got 6.5 minutes to go.
Well, this has just been a crazy game, folks. There's been a lot of action, a lot of big plays, a lot of physicality to this one. A lot of NBA All-Star game-like action going on here. A lot of Olay defense.
Well, I don't want to mention it about this game because the Cardinals aren't going to let this happen. But how about, was it a week ago with Drexel and that D1 college history game? Did you hear about it? They were down 34 points in the first half and finished winning 85-83. That, to me, is how do you – I looked at the highlights of that thing, and I'm still mesmerized.
Well, even the TJC women were up 24 a week ago against Panola and lost the game in overtime 98-96.
You just never know. So that's some of the stuff that they say. We're going to stop this momentum right now and talk about what we need to do.
Yeah, you've got to finish it out, and you want to finish it out. You don't need to. I know those three-pointers have been fun, and they've enabled you to pull away, but you've got to come down and show some discipline within yourself, and don't be afraid to use a little time. If you've got a wide-open shot, yes, you take it, but you don't come down and just jack a shot up with 25 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, because all of a sudden your opponent has a chance to do something really special. There's Paris. He's going to drive and jack it up. Foul coming against Trinity Valley, so it'll be free throws on the other end. Bargwin will check into the ball game, as does Miller.
Well, I mentioned the Cardinals wanted to stay stress-free, and they're getting close to being stress-free.
Well, boy, that's, you get to move closer on the scoreboard without that clock moving.
TJC will be shooting in the bonus the rest of the way. But TJC just has 5 fouls, so the Cardinals catch a break on the free throw. I mean, it's still a 17-point game, but it was 26 at one point.
So now Mitchell going to run some offense here. Gets a screen, now finds Parrish driving, a nice dish, and Miller doesn't finish, but a Bargwin steals it away. He'll shoot the shot. Nice touch. The big fella gets it to go. Ooh, that's a shot right there.
A Bargwin now with 10 points in the contest.
Blocking foul.
It's a hard blocking foul, too.
Boy, I saw his hit.
Well, you can just see the level of play from Chuck Mitchell. He was a Big 12 player at Baylor. I mean, you could just see that. You can see the difference in his game versus some others that are in the league.
Yeah, he's definitely the real deal there and stepped up big.
Got 19 points, came in averaging 19.7. Free throw is good.
Almost missed it. Front end again. You got blood on the floor? Is that what the deal is? Little stoppage of play here for some housekeeping. So they'll work that. I noticed that they haven't given the mop back to Chuck. I don't know if he's lost that opportunity.
Should be the home team's responsibility probably to clean the floor, I mean, in all seriousness.
Yeah. There's the next free throw that'll be much the same result, same style. Rolls the rim, and it's good, but it's still a point nonetheless.
17-point lead for the Cardinals.
Phillips will bring it up the right side. Got a bargain for that way. Now Paris will be the outlet. Throws up a long three. He throws up a long three, and it is good. Pass underneath, a Bargwin challenging, and oh boy, he thinks he got all ball there.
I mean, Lorenzo Phillips has 7 3-pointers, and at least 5 of those have been from
They haven't.
25 or 30 feet.
The defender's not even in the frame yet. I mean, he's like, I'm telling you, I'm going to shoot this thing. I've done it 2 other times and had the same result. Knocks down another 3. He is just in the zone. He's got 7 threes.
Wow. He could tie a school record here very easily if they're going to continue to put the ball up like that. And I have no reason to suspect they're not.
Hey, I mean, you know, TJC's still putting points up, and they're getting free throws, so Cardinals are going to need to keep their foot on the pedal for a little while longer. Here's still 5+ minutes to go.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that.
You got to keep going it, so keep it in the hot hand.
I'll start using some clock.
Yeah, no need to rush it. Work it down and then get a good look. Got a foul coming here.
That'll be the 16th foul against TJC, so the Cardinals will not shoot until the next foul will be in the 1-and-1. TJC is in the double bonus. The Cardinals with 10 team fouls.
So 5:06 to go. Mitchell out top. Pull up. The shot is good. Mitchell now with 21 points. He steals the ball. It's going to be Mitchell on the drive all the way to the glass. Nobody cuts him off. He'll take that.
Absolutely.
It's
Just
now
like
got
that.
23, and it's back up to a 22-point lead. Cardinals on the move. Good strong move there. I want to mention we did see Lucas Bergang early in the second half, but he's not returned. I don't know if he was going to give it a try.
He tried to give it a go, but I don't
really
think he was ready.
Find himself. There's a shot over the top. Chuck Mitchell is trying to get the continuation.
Said, son, you got 23 points. You're up 20.
Yeah. He's like, I wanted 25 points and one.
Said, I can't let Lorenzo outscore me.
Yeah, he's got a chance to tie it up here. Gets tying Lorenzo. He's now got 24. This would tie him up with Phillips.
The two of them combined would have 50 points.
They are having a night, aren't they? And not just the points, but the way they've, had some acrobatic shots, some strong launch as a three-pointer. A little bit of everything tonight. Might have took an extra step. Bargwin made him really work.
Yeah,
a nice shot.
They're not going to call much at this point unless it's just blatant obvious or physical.
Paris, he'll take a crack. He'll take a basket.
He now has 12 points in the contest.
So it's 92-70. Boy, this thing is up and down the floor. Nice move all the way to the glass for Brian Warren.
Olay.
It didn't look like the Matador was working.
I'm surprised that one didn't go in.
Phillips and Mitchell both having a monster night. 25 points apiece. Now adding to that,
Lorenzo has 7 3-pointers. That's going to be it for the night. So a great job by Lorenzo Phillips.
Wow. Big game.
That was a huge game. That was a huge game.
Coming out on fire. Shot the ball well all night. Missing there on a free throw. Sometimes you see a player get hot and then kind of cool off. He started the game hot and he stayed hot all night. I don't recall him missing many, if one or two. Here's Bargwin down low. strong to the glass, shooting and scoring. Andres Abarglin. He's now got 12 points in the ballgame.
Man, a large portion of this crowd got in free because they wore pink tonight, but they got their money's worth.
I'm telling you, man, how about this crowd tonight? They've been very energetic and a lot of fun in this house.
Of course, you should mention that TJC has really played shorthanded tonight because they lost Desmond Valentine in the first half to an injury, and then Lucas Bergang also got injured. Tried to give it a go in the second half, but couldn't go. So that takes a lot of firepower out of Mike Marcus's lineup.
And you hope for his sake that Valentine's able to get ready before the regional.
Absolutely, because he was doing a great job directing the TJC offense.
Not sure, and I won't speculate, but something around the ankle, might have been a high ankle sprain, something like that. But he's a strong player for those Apaches. That shot is on its way. It's good.
If the Cardinals were to top the 100-point mark, it would be the sixth time this season they had done so, and one of those was in a loss, if you can believe it or not.
Wow.
In the season opener, they scored 104 and lost.
My goodness gracious. That's when Coach Furr went into the locker room and wrote defense across the top of that board. That was an up and down night, up and down that floor. But, boy, they did. They got it going, and look at this squad, man. They have cranked out 24 and a 4 record, trying to get number 25, just 2.5 minutes away from that. Got the regional conference. Drive to the basket. It's good. Mitchell now with 27 points.
Had 24 the first time against TJC. He's averaging 25.5 points a game against TJC.
Man, oh man, here's a strong move to the basket. It's good. So back to some NBA All-Star game kind of defense.
So I think the Cardinals are going to look like they're going to top this 100-point mark again.
What was that, 109 the high?
107 was the
107, high. So probably not going to, like you said, probably not going to have a chance to get to that. There's a jump stop in the paint. Gets his own gets the loose ball. Saved back. Miller going up, going for the dunk. Couldn't get the dunk, but gets the foul and the basket. It'll give him a chance to top the 100 mark with a 3-point play.
Wow. If they had charged $15 a person to get in, nobody would ask for them. Well, some TJC fans might have asked for their money back, but I get that. But my Lord, what an entertaining game it's been.
What a game, man. A lot of moments to relish in for the Cardinal fans. Shot is off the mark, so stuck at the 9s. Offensive rebound, TJC. Gonna keep firing up the threes, you'd think. Well, kick out. Missed that one. There's a foul coming here with 1:17 to go. Well, Benny, this team has just played at an enormous pace all year long, and they've continued to hold serve. You know, I mean, they're 14-4 in conference. They're 16-1 in conference play. Amazing run. Got to finish 17-1 tonight. They still have Saturday to go.
Yeah, they have to go to Kilgore on Saturday, but a great home win tonight. Way to close up the home portion of the schedule. Run their league record to 83-11 over the last 5 years, and congratulations to Coach Guy Furr for picking up his 50th win in just 2 seasons now.
That is impressive stuff. And here's Apaches going for a jam on the other end. Going to find a way to finish this thing out here in less than a minute. And this will be our final Cardinal Sports Network broadcast of the year. It's
wrapping up our 10th season.
Here's a long three. That one's short. Down the floor, and another layup on the other end. So
It looked like a close game with the final score, a lot closer than it really was.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking. The Cardinals have had a little bit of a slowdown here and will probably stay at the 90. This will be their last possession, basically. So they're going to hit triple digits. They need to do it now. Here's a three-point shot.
The crowd was wanting it too.
The crowd was willing that one to go, but it would not cooperate. But nobody's going to complain with the 99.
Mike Marcus is asking why call it now.
Well, a foul was, so they may get off the over triple digits. And a lot of so it's a 17 seconds away from finishing this one out here.
And Jamie Echenique's had a great game today, too. He did a lot of stuff early on, getting on the boards.
Coach, for TJC, ready for this to end.
The officials are, too.
Yeah. And that's how it's going to end. It'll be 101-80.
Don't put up that shot.
Surprised they didn't dribble that out there. So the final 101-84, Cards winning and closing out the home season here tonight with a big monster win over TJC.
That's going to be our final score. The Cardinals winning 101-84 over TJC to improve to 26-3 overall, 17-1 in conference. TJC falls to 23-6 and 13-6 in conference play. The Cardinals were led by Wendell Mitchell with 27 points, and Lorenzo Phillips had 25, including 7 three-pointers. It was a great night for the Cardinals, a great doubleheader sweep. The Lady Cardinals winning 66-62, the Cardinals 101-84. Folks, that's going to wrap up our 10th season of the Cardinal Sports Network coverage of basketball here at Trinity Valley Community College. I hope you'll watch the credits roll by at the end of our webcast when we sign off and see all these talented folks that bring this to you each season and do such a great job. Tim and I get to kind of just sit out front and talk about it all, but those guys do such a great job on the technical side of it, and we appreciate them so much. So until we see you, I guess, volleyball season in this coming fall, we will sign up from the Cardinal Sports Network. So for Tim Howard and the entire Cardinal Sports Network team, this is Benny Rogers saying goodbye from Leon Spencer Court at Cardinal Gym.